Get it straight. This that zombie repellent right here. Do like this. I never claimed to be fathered by European bank ballers. They just put him in his space. I'm a star partner. A law put the B-line before you, told you don't detour. Like demolition derby, you're the destroyer. Like King James, we not the same, we varsity. The game fit me like a destroyer. The time's borrowed. I see your sorrow so crystal clear. You getting planned for tomorrow, trying to claim power. Be a clouds of powder, but your souls have devoured. We're moving no miles per hour. Cowards down here, you might advance while we wait us all. Well, the laws will, we in good hands like all state. Meet Jamaica. Degrees keep you scorching like Jamaica. Lord Vader's your relation. Translation of temptations is long triangulated, ya. Congratulations. Yes. My God. My God. My God. Yes. Yes. My God. My God. Yes.
It's a song of thanksgiving and praise sung by the masses. I can find the Muslims, Jews, or Catholics. I think about my God, Allah. I feel moved, feel like doing spiritual backflips. Round off semi-God giving gymnastics. The talents I'm blessed with, believe I owe it all to the cause. All because he made me in his image. Thanking him for allowing me to bear witness to his greatness. Allah's the greatest. Allahu Akbar, Ali praises. Circumstances demand for me not to be deluded by illusions of that fantasy. Friends, foes, and families. All that calamity for self love's misery. Allah enjoys, I enjoy the surrender.
Yes. My God. My God. My God. Yes. Yes. My God. My God. Yes.
Hey, right, want the spotlight? I tell them read about old Democles, crazy, right? Yeah. Be careful what you wish for, you might get it. And if it comes from the higher self, my God did it. That's Allah. Some call him Zeus. But whatever his name is, he's the ruthless roots. The cause is cause. My God told us that the time was out, but you still talking about your Audemars. I ain't mad at y'all. I'm trying to educate. You show the public love, in return they show you hate. Creative faith works for my God, but I applaud his actions. At least he got a job. The unemployment rate is so high. My God, the merciful. My God, the merciful.
Yes. My God. My God. My God. Yes. Yes. My God. Yeah. My God.
I'm on the ride.
Yes.
Chill. Hail Mary, Father of Grace. That's the safe, that's the sword, just minus the pale face. Now I'm older than a case of vitiligo. Your whole history up in that Clorox bottle. The pill powers that I lead just follow. Zombie wanna eat your medulla oblongata. Poor Jesus, you know the dog is like ribs. They drink his blood and eat his body. Cannibalism problem. Says communion, but it is what it is. Mass savagery, but they masking to be guarded. Pippin' in Ferraris, chasing that mirage like the dog on his tail, the smoke mystery God. Mama on her knees praying, please Lord Jesus. Daddy slaying, but the pain mostly felt in the feet. Preacher gave me that King James book, man. Genesis 9:24, read the book, man. Killed you with the imagery. Pink babies with wings, it's like a couple shots of Hennessy. Frank Kruger before the fire consumed them. Creature with a smile, then the rapper soon come. Welcome to Babylon, USA. Like the leaves in autumn. London Bridges, World Trade. Take it back the roof of Boaz. Lady Smith, Johnson Johnson used to be known as. Akhenaten from Pharaohs to picking cottons. No niggas read more, look in the mirror, you not. Yes. My God. My God. My God. Yes.
Islam, Islam, Islam. We're gonna start in a minute. We got my brothers, Moors on the move in the background. Let's get it. That's right. I'm the DJ tonight, but we're gonna talk about it.
It's that quiet weapon, rap verse written for silent war. It's going down now, that's why we calling on all wars. We got strikes, we join the Empire Strike like Star Wars. We doing life echoes eternally. We script words, truth that germinate eternally. Unfold so they learn to see how they lower self straight squirming. Be as long as the game stay full of vermin, this holy seal of burning me. Permanent amnesia, game is straight up certain seizures. This record's like a battle cry, future generation.
That's the Grand Sheik Cyrus L out of Temple number 34. Let's go, Cyrus. Bring that back. Let's go.
Wait a couple of seconds after we move and cut out the other way.
It's that quiet weapon, rap verse written for silent war. It's going down now, that's why we calling on all wars. We got strikes, we join the Empire Strike like Star Wars. We doing life echoes eternally. We script words, truth that germinate eternally. Unfold so they learn to see how they lower self straight squirming. Be as long as the game stay full of vermin, this holy seal of burning me. Permanent amnesia, game is straight up certain seizures. This record's like a battle cry. Future generations need you. The rock industry need you. Ban chauvinism, criminalizes kingpin visions and glamorizing prison. Slam the door on the hole. If not, where we headed to, you don't want to know. If I had to challenge status quo for Dodo, I still be ready to go though. More Jedi than Han Solo. Plans for mass faster than photos. These labels red-handed trying to turn the page. Trigger future weapons like chemical, yeah, people look crazy. Diabolic plague, psychosis spread like the plague. Rockin' like the class action rap, dragging through the age.
That's Temple number 34, Brooklyn, New York. I'm being here in like 2 more minutes. Let's go. Cyrus L, Moors on the move. Yeah, yeah. Let's get let's go.
Psychological war. No breaks, no rules, high stakes, conglomerate. Corporations trying to brainwash us with self-hatred. They sabotage another generation. It's time to raise up the Moorish nation. Calling on board. Calling on board. MCs, battle stations.
I ain't a fear nigga, though I walk through the field of the shadow of death. I give praise to the holy breath.
That's Nasana Tunica L, Triple 19, Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. Let's go. By the way, of Harlem, New York. Let's get it. I mean, he's in Harlem, New York. He's actually from the bottom of the map. But let's go.
Light skin, like a house nigga. But yo, the Mo kept your master's books. Yeah, I know that gets me sideways looks. From Islamic kingdoms we were took. That's the hook. Why I don't jump no brooms. Why I ain't no coon. Why I can't play the buffoon. Garbed in a sash, turban and pantaloon. The tune is a rallying cry to our platoon across Grand Body lines, cause that's the time. The ether is sublime, but the more gauged it like subprime. It's divine and national. Some soldiers are irrational. This is the art of war. You got the heart for war behind a computer screen, but my pedigree can see that you green. So get the hell out the way and let the real warriors play.
Let's go. Let's go. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I'll be that more you gon' remember. Dark or late, front line till the law call my number. I'll be that more you gon' remember. Woo! That ain't me. We got Lord Ivan in the building. Huh? You a friend of the Moors and you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies and hold my line. Those who speak against the prophet, they speak against me. Then I speak about the prophet over Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you wasn't black, proved it was straight fact. You tripping off trunks, you need to be tripping off that. But here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people taught Europeans how to bathe. And look at our women buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Yeah, now let's go. They got a love for girls. Whole generation. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go. Now let's get straight to it. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I got Mr. Just the Facts in the building, and we're going to deal with some facts today. But before we deal with the facts, we're going to deal with some facts. Did I say that right? Now, before we deal with Mr. Just the Facts and the facts that he's going to bring to the table, I'm going to deal with some facts. Now, facts. The name of this demonstration tonight is the agenda to demonize and destroy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, right? And now, family, listen to me. I'm going to calm it down just for a second. For the last 5 years, thank you, Sonny Boxing. For the last 5 years, I know since I've been around, you know, I've only been around on this plane of things called the joke of social media for the past 3 years. I want to thank my brother Sonny Boxing Talk, who said to put the Cash App in. That means that if everybody put in $1, that might buy a paintbrush, that might buy a bucket of paint, that might go towards even gas to go get the paint as we carry on the process of building our own heaven here in Baltimore and hopefully, inshallah, and across the country. But we got to start somewhere. We got to start one block at a time. And that's what I'm doing. But shout out to brother Sonny Boxing Talk. But for the last 5 years, I've noticed that there has been an attack on our prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and the way of life that was brought by him, which is our ancient way of life. There's been an attack. And there's been an attack on social media. There's been an attack on all fronts. Most recently, Europeans have begun to get in on this attack. We'll get to them in a minute. But Europeans are starting to get in on this attack. You have a few books coming out, real reckless, trying to demonize and characterize Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the movement as all these crazy accusations, sex cults, and like a cult. And like, it amazes me that as the Moors begin to come to the forefront in this new era of time, and I'm talking about the era of time of the 2000s, as the prophet said the Moors are coming to their own, it amazes me how everybody has something to say. Now, in the 90s, nobody had much to say. Because in the 90s, the Moors wasn't making a lot of noise on the ground. So quite naturally, nobody had nothing to say. But on this social media demonstration, you are starting to see more and more people gravitate to the Moorish Science Temple of America concept or ideal, not necessarily to join, but of interest. Just want to know what it's about. And so now that we continue to grow and unfold into what it's supposed to be, everybody got something to say. I want to answer Rock Nation, Rise of the Canaanites. You know, Rock Nation say religion continues to divide. Rock Nation, I respect what you're saying, but in reality, religion is only a vehicle. The people are already divided in their mind. We have been divided for hundreds of years. See, a concept called religion cannot divide you unless you are already divided. You see, because the Moorish Science Temple of America is not a divisive vehicle that we call religion. For we honor all true and divine prophets. We separate and make no distinction of none. We separate, we say Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius. Now, let me tell you this. Go into the Eastern form of Islam, they might not honor Buddha. They might not honor Confucius. You see? But we of the Moorish Science Temple of America, we honor all prophets. We make no distinction, just as the Quran say. Even the ones that are not mentioned in the Quran, because the Quran of Mecca tells you that all are not mentioned in the Quran. So even the ones are not mentioned, but they have shown that they have the qualities and have demonstrated the degrees of a prophet, we honor them. So Moorish Science Temple of America is not divisive. However, we stand on what we subscribe to. You see, we stand on what we subscribe to. And when we subscribe to truth, that's what we subscribe to. You know, now, Rock Nation says, why don't we drop all our current philosophies? Brother, I want you to watch the show. I want you to watch the show, brother. Because most people that are speaking against the Moorish Science Temple of America don't even have a current philosophy. They're just ambiguous as the term black itself. What do you believe in? Black nationalism. That's ambiguous. What do you believe in? Black power. That's ambiguous. What is that? How do we define that? Who is the leader of that? We don't need no leader. So they don't really have a philosophy anyway. And this is what I'm getting to. This is exactly what I'm getting to. Most people that attacks a way of life don't have a way of life themselves. Most people that do. I'm not going to say all, most people that do. Now, shout out to my brother Sinetta. But Sinetta was attacking the Moors. But when you ask Sinetta what he believe in, he give you something ambiguous. You know what I mean? He give you something ambiguous. He can't define what he believes in. If you ask a lot of brothers of the Kemetic persuasion that attack the Moors, they'll give you something ambiguous. Like you can't even define it. And so this is the reason, family, if there is an agenda. Because all of those, listen, all of those that may be attacking, all of those that are coming for one another, the ones that are coming for those who want to cause drama, they're hiding. Half of them never even show their face. Family, let's get to it before I bring on my brother Lord Abba. First of all, family, I'm going to show a series of pictures right now. All right. I'm going to show a series of pictures right now. And I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. So as I was doing this research, right? As I was doing this research, some talking points I was looking for. Thank you, Sonny Box. Appreciate you, bro. Let me. I'm gonna be screenshotting all that tonight and let people know that my brother Sonny Boxing looking out. And hold up one second. But all the people that are attacking Moors are normally the ones that are not really ready to get busy. You follow me? They're not really to get busy. They're not really ready to get busy. Let me shout out to my brother Sonny. I appreciate the donation, brother. So before I go to, I got to acknowledge my brother Sonny. Gave us a nice donation of 20 bucks. And like I said, that could even go to gas. I'm actually really doing the work. I'm not making this stuff up. You know, everything costs. So shout out to my brother Sonny Boxing for his donation right here. Good looking. I appreciate you, my brother. But anyway, let's get straight to it. And this takes time to put in work. But let's get straight to it. Family, when we're dealing with most of these people, right? When we dealing, Asa Jones, we have a virtual temple, talkabear.yahoo.com. Thank you, Sister Seti, babe. When we dealing with these people, I'm going to show you a series of pictures. And we're talking about right now NBK, right? Now, let me share something with you. This is one that attacked. Now, I don't know if this is him, but this is the picture that jumped out to me on Daryl Austin page. Again, I don't know what message he was trying to send. Not my business. I was looking for a picture of Daryl Austin because he made a meme, and I wanted to see who I'm dealing with. Unable to find Daryl Austin, but I see that he posted this. Not sure what it means. Hey, maybe you can figure it out. So then I go to MPK TV. Again, there is no representatives that I can find on MBK TV. There's not one representative that I can find that was speaking on the platform of Expose. Then I went to MBK's social group. There's it go again. There is no one I could find that represented the speech that they were talking. So then Chris Logic sent me the link to go on the channel. Here's a picture of him. Now, you can make out what you want to make out. I'm just saying, I want to see what my challenger look like. This is all I want to see. This is all I want to see. I want to see what's going on. Now, now I need to see what they look like. I need to see what's going on around here. So then I go to the MBK page. Once again, there is no people that was talking, and the only one that I've ever seen their face is now Chris Logic and Alan Brown. You know what I mean? Now, again, I go to the next brother, Dajahudi Mahat. I don't think that's him, but I see the picture. You know what I mean? I'm just checking it out. Why don't so the brother say, why don't I deal with the information? The reason why I deal with the information second, because I need to know who I'm dealing with first. So Khalil Sadiq, I need to know who I'm dealing with first. They can see me. I need to know them. And as I go through these pages trying to see who I'm dealing with, I notice a lot of weird stuff going on. That's what I just noticed. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not character slandering. I'm just want to see who I'm dealing with. That's it. And which brings me to Ra Prophet. I need to know who I'm dealing with. It's not character slander. I need to know who I'm dealing with. I need to know what religion. If you attack my religion, I need to know if you believe in the religion. I need to know who you are. Family, that ain't, hold up, stop for one moment. This is the MBK crew in the building. Let me stop for one moment. Family, listen to me. I didn't say nothing. What I said was this. This is only fair that if you attack my religion and you attack my way of life, I must see who I'm dealing with. Slander is not a lie. I didn't accuse anybody of anything. I didn't accuse anybody of nothing. Why is Khalil so sensitive? He said, why don't you be straight and dry slandering? Slandering is telling a lie. Only thing I'm saying is I need to know who I'm dealing with. Khalil, would you want the link to come on here so you can face me face to face? Huh? I pose a challenge. Now, I pose a challenge. They called Prophet Noble Drew Ali 1,000,001 names. But now you sensitive. Man, listen, I'm not going to keep responding to you. I mean, I'm not going to keep responding to you. Face me face to face. I need to know who you are. Give y'all another sample. Because I don't fight. I'm not fighting no shadows. I'm not fighting no shadows. Matter of fact, it doesn't make sense for me to fight shadows. Let's listen real quick. Who is this person?
Peace and welcome to the New Black Knowledge channel. Thanks all those who could join. We are back again. And before we start, I just wanted to say a few things. And that is this. New Black Knowledge was put together to expose the great history and of the African American, of the African.
Truthstonian, I'm glad that you're in the building. Would you debate me face to face on this topic that I'm about to play?
Experience not only in the Americas,
listen,
but we go and delve as far as West Africa, and many of our members.
Don't tell me what to deal with. I deal with what I want to deal with. Truthstonian, would you debate me face to face with this topic? Yes or no?
To expose the great history and of the African American, of the African experience, not only in the Americas, but we go and delve as far as West Africa, and many of our members will go and trace our great history going back to Kemet and some even further than that. So we are designed to do just that. We're a bunch of nerds, whether good or bad. This is the intent. But the objective is to always find out the truth, no matter how it feels.
The objective is to find out the truth no matter how it feels. Can I face my accuser? Can I see my accuser? Can we have a debate?
And what it does, we want the truth. We want the truth for the record, and no matter what. To that point,
you cannot talk about truth and hide your face. Let's talk about truth. Where are you?
The Black conscious community online, it seems, has a infectious relationship with romanticism. And this romanticism, when in the pursuit of truth, can be blinding and binding.
Brother, you can dig up anything you want about me. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm an OG. I'm a triple OG now. Nah, but I want to see who I'm dealing with. You're not going to hide behind this and act like we are going to respond to this information to you. You can't hide. Come out. Come out from the shadows.
Clamp you down into a tradition or a untruth that could alter or halt your progress, because you are going forth with a faulty set of instructions and directions based on your romanticism.
Let me explain something to you. The reason why, brother, the reason why I thought about this for a minute. I'm not tripping off that information, that research. Much of the information I already had, but I thought about this for a minute, Rob On. I thought about this for a minute. And as I thought about this, I see an agenda. I see an agenda. I mean, I see an agenda. And so I'm asking, who wants to face me face to face? Because I'm not going to let you hide. I'm not going to let you hide behind an MBK label and talk trash. I don't care about that, the value of what you sent me on some Moorish history, some Drew Ali history. I could care less. Let me show you something. Let me stop it for a minute. Family. Brother. Alan Brown. Let me explain something to you. I have, and I told you on the show, I have much of the information that y'all displayed about the Prophet Noble Ali, and I have more than that. All right? I didn't pay him $200. He offered it to me. He offered it to me. You know what I mean? He offered it to me, and I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate any information, and I will give you information. You know what I mean? And I will give you information that from my research. But this is not about that. This is not about that. You know what I mean? This is not about that. This is about those who hiding in the shadows, those who hiding in the shadows and talking crazy. That's what this is about. Because we're not going to let you hide in the shadow. You know what I mean? We're not going to let you hide in the shadows and talk crazy. Come out to the forefront. Face me like you see me. You know what I mean? And not only to mention, Rob, Rob boy, he blocked me. How you gonna block me? You blocked me on Facebook. I mean, how you gonna block me on Facebook? How that work? We supposed to be cool. How you gonna block me on Facebook? I mean, so what it's about was us calm conversation with us. No, brother, all is well. I'm asking, all right, let me be clear. All is well. I'm asking if you, let me finish with True Storians real quick. What's the 3 conditions, True Storian? What's the 3 conditions? Let me wait for his 3 conditions. I mean, let me, bro, you attacked our divine and holy prophet. What are you talking about? Because I took your personal pictures. Come on, man. You're talking about I took your personal pictures. You attacked our divine prophet. Come on, man. Stop playing. You still my brother. I still love you. But before we go any further, I must see who I'm dealing with. That's it. What's the 3 conditions, True Story? I got to get on with the show. I mean, and I'm going to show you why I'm doing this show in a second. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to let my brother Lord Albert come on. I'm going to show you why in a second. I'm going to show you why. Brother, that ain't a part of the debate. How is that a part of the debate? Show you a prison record of the prophet with Garvey. Get out of here with that, brother. I want to debate you. I want to debate you on what you say in this video. I mean, that's what I want to do. I mean, I want to debate you about what you say in this video. Let me finish what you're saying in this video. That's what I want to do. That the Moors ain't North African. We don't teach North African Moorish science.
When in the pursuit of truth can be blinding and binding. It could clamp you down into a tradition or a untruth that could alter or halt your progress because you are going forth with faulty set of instructions and directions based on your romanticism. And then we create these myth stories, which leads to them becoming fables and urban legends, if you will. And these somehow get grafted into our romantic. And
when you attack a divine prophet, when you attack a way of life for men, women, and children, you cannot, you cannot complain when we return and have a conversation and try to figure out who you are.
Romanticize ideas and then become staples of truth.
All right.
And this is what we don't do. We want the truth and we want the records to prove it. So when we take this information and this data, with that little open monologue,
listen,
let's get to it. There has been a conversation which initially I thought would be healthy regarding our brother Rob Bourne and Brother Tahaka Bey, who is of the Moorish Science.
Who am I talking to? This is all I'm saying. Who am I talking to? This is all I'm saying.
Temple of America. Then again, I don't know, because there's many different Moorish factions. I don't know what he's about. And the discussion was Black nationalism and Moorish science. And I guess the underlying discussion points were to be what was best for our community. And like debates tend to do,
the reason why I'm doing this part, Truthstonian, is one more time, I need to know who is putting out this information. But let me get straight to the point. Family, one of the main reasons is because these guys put out this, New Black Knowledge put out this, right? And they spread it around the internet right here. It's on, you see, this crazy approach to trying to discredit, slander Prophet Noble Drew Ali is not only on New Black Knowledge, it's on Dagger Squad, it's also on Chief X, and quite a number more platforms. And so the point of the matter is, the moment that you go this far, when you act like that you're about scholarship, when in fact you have an agenda. And I respected your scholarship until I listened again. And I seen the slander, and then I seen how this had been pushed and promoted. And now I see the agenda. You see, when I see the agenda, once I see the agenda, then all bets off. Don't ask me about scholarship when you have an agenda. Because all throughout what you're talking about was an agenda. And so, because of your agenda, we need to know who Truthstonian David is. Stand up forward. Secondly, for all my people who want to know the true story of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, thanks to New Black Knowledge, I will be, and it will be from a Moorish American. The 12 Missing Years of Drew Ali will be out in July. Pretty much already ready. And some of what they put out is already in the book. This research has been done. Already been done. And so I want to thank you. But if you want to debate me, Truthstonian, you must show your face. The 12 Missing Years of Drew Ali. Look how young the prophet look right there. Look at that. Look how young he look in that picture. See that? Look how young he look in that picture. Huh? So it's a promo. That's right. It's a drop right now. Look how young, because I mean, let's go. That's right. This is a promo now. Thanks to you for trying to slander the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now you give me the opportunity to teach the Moorish Americans about the history of their prophet. You give me the opportunity to teach my brothers about the part of the prophet that they have not seen or have not heard. You know what I mean? Now, so that's what we're going to talk about. It's the 12 Missing Years of Drew Ali. Let's go. The 12 Missing Years of Drew Ali. Now, with that being said, let me bring in my brother. Mr. Just the Fact. Needs no introduction, but I'll let him take it and introduce himself. Talk to me, brother.
Islam. What's going on, beloved? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. But let me do this real quick.
Go ahead, Mo.
little bit delayed. Let me rise and give praise to the great God Allah. Give honor to his noble prophet Noble Drew Ali for him creating a Moorish American like me and a Moorish American like you. And I'm talking about all those who subscribe to the literal teaching, walk, and talk that Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught about. With that, the brother who needs no introduction, Mr. Just the Facts, but I like his introduction. Talk to him.
Islam, people. I'll give all praise to Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. I give the highest of honors to his holy and divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali. I give the highest of honors to his harbinger and forerunner, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I give honors to all true and divine prophets. I give honors to all leaders and freedom fighters who were either sent to us or raised up from amongst us here in the West. And I give honors to you all. I even honor my enemies. For when man honors man, he honors his Father God Allah. Peace, Moors, peace. We're in the building tonight. And you know, I'm riding shotgun on this one. Me and my brother Tahaka. It's good to be on the air with you more. You know, we as brothers, we done went in the backyard a couple times, but we ain't gonna let nobody violate Papa. As soon as somebody violate Papa, we gonna link arms and we gonna put the beats down on it.
As we get started, brother, I want to get started with something real quick, right?
No doubt.
I got to get started with this. First and foremost, brother Rob Bourne, right? And one thing I have a problem with is this. I don't have a problem with having a conversation. Does anybody know that I went on MBK and I don't have a problem with having that conversation? I have no problem with it whatsoever. You know, and they might be digging up my past tomorrow and do a whole show about that. Who cares? You know what I mean? However, because we know when you have an agenda, you can make things happen. So I don't care. That's the purpose of the Moorish Science Temple of America, to make us better citizens. So who cares? But the point of the matter is, when you get into a ring, right, and you boxing, Sonny Boxing could tell you this, when you get into a ring, before you get in there, you must study your opponent. And before you get on the football field, you must study the next team. And so in my studies of the next team or the opponent, I first looked at Rob Bourne, right? And I actually like Rob Bourne. However, Rob Bourne says that he's a 5%er. And because he says that he's a 5%er, I'm saying, hold up, wait a minute. When you say that you're a 5%er and you attack the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, which I truly believe, and this is not a shot at my brothers from the 5% nation of gods and earth, I truly believe that it's an adaptation of the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali unfolded. I truly believe that. And I can prove in a lot of instances that it's one and the same, just unfolded to the level of the understanding of the Father. But with that being said, brother, what do you think about this brother being a 5%er, but then attack the foundation to what he even talks about?
It shows Islam. It shows that a lot of these guys, like he tried to say Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a clout chaser, which is just one of the most ignorant claims. Anyway, but it shows that he's the clout chaser. He's trying to get his name out there. He wants to be a star on Sarnetta TV. And you know, people can go on Sarnetta TV as long as they could diss Islam and diss the Moors. They have a platform there. But in critiquing the lessons of the MST, which they really cannot do, which is why they put so much focus on Prophet Noble Drew Ali himself, a man. We're all men, right? So let's just say if everything that they ever dredged up was true about him, let he, without sin, cast the first stone. That's if anything that they said is true, right? So what happens now when we begin to critique some of the lessons of the 5%ers? And I want to just put a disclaimer out there to my 5% brothers and sisters, my own father, that we're doing this because of this brother named Rob Bourne that nobody I know that's lifelong 5% has ever heard of before. Nobody never heard of this guy. Who is he? Where did he come from? We don't know him. None of the 5%ers I know, and I know some G's. I was born into this thing, born into it. So, you know, what happens when we start to turn some of that scrutiny on those lessons as well to see if they can answer it? Because we, as Moorish Americans, we could give answers to those lessons. I wrote a paper called the Lost Tribe of Sabas, S-A-B-A-S, dealing with the Moorish breakdown of the tribe of Shabazz. And when I went to Savior's Day of the Nation of Islam a few years ago, I had brothers that I know that are studied in the Nation of Islam walk up to me like, I am so surprised to see you here, brother. I just read your paper on the tribe of Shabazz, and it was one of the best breakdowns that I've ever read. So as Moors, we putting in work showing and proving your lessons, but we wonder if they can do that work. Does their scholarship extend outside of slandering Prophet Noble Drew Ali? Can you show and prove your teachings? Point blank, period. So we're going to call on some of that tonight, but we're going to let Brother Tahaka go in and do his thing and present his facts. I'll jump in and dart in and out.
So one of the things that I want to point out is this. One of the things that I definitely have to point out is this. As I showed in the show the other night was that when you look at Rob Bourne, for example, and he claims to be a 5%er, right? And the first thing he does is slander Prophet Noble Drew Ali when, as I said, the 5%er foundation, if you will, is founded on a lot of teachings that he probably is familiar with. And one of them is, let me give you this real quick. Let me share this real quick. And I pointed this out the other day. When you look at the circle 7, right? And you look at the symbol for the 5% nation. When you look at these points on the end, these points represent these openings in this circle. When you look at the 7, like it's like clear. It's like totally clear. You know what I'm saying? It's totally clear that the foundation of this 7 and this circle, you don't even know which one I'm talking about. Well, we know which one came first. This. When you look at, and I tried to get the breakdown of the sun, moon, and stars, but the degrees is 120, 120, 120, all the way around, whatever, right? You know what I mean? But that is the degree of the fairs that the elders used to talk about. You see, that is the degree of the elders with the fairs about the 360 degrees. You understand what I'm saying, Abba? It's the
definitely.
Degree. When they break down the sun, moon, and stars, or the flag of the nation of the gods of earth, they breaking down the top of the fairs. That's an old degree, right? That's an old degree. You know, when you look at the universal truth, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was the first to teach about the universal Allah. He was the first to teach about the universal Allah.
Look, matter of fact, the name Our Father, God Allah, is in the lessons. When it says that the soldiers marched and countermarched, we see the FOI out there marching and countermarched. Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the prime mover for the very reason why this dude Rob Bourne got an inkling of knowledge. I'm about to break that down.
I'm about to break that down. Right? Watch how I break this down real quick, because they don't understand that we supersede anything that they talk about. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me break this down to you. When you start dealing with Father Allah, let me break it down to you. Now, we know Clarence 13X called himself Father Allah, right? Family. This is the nationality card. This one here is from 1928, if I'm not mistaken, right? And this is Sister J. Cook Bay. Many people might have seen this. But what I'm going to show you is one that you can read legible, that is very legible. And when you read this nationality card, listen to this. This is the nationality and identification card for the Moorish Science Temple of America, and birthright for Moorish Americans, etc. We honor all the divine prophets: Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius. May the blessings of the God of our Father Allah, you catch that? May the blessings of our, man, we learn this in Noble Temples all day, every day. I got a whole degree on this. May the blessings of the God of our Father Allah be upon you that carry this card. So, family, let me stop before I give you. You want some more? Huh? You want some more? Come on, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mo.
Moors carry right in their pocket. They carry it right in their pocket.
Wait, let me give them another jewel, Mo, real quick. I don't mean to cut your wisdom.
Talk to him.
My father, the God Allah forever, whose name used to be Allah Master before he changed it from Kareem, because Father Allah said stop using those Arabic names, because my father walked with Father Allah. My pops was like 11, 12 years old, sat with the man, etc. Said that man, Father Allah, used to have more reverence for Prophet Noble Drew Ali than he had for Elijah Muhammad. And I'm getting that straight from my father who walked with the man. So Father Allah was aware of the teachings and the workings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So while born, like, yo, y'all our sons, man. Stop playing. Y'all our sons in this information. And it is what it is. And we respect you to the degree that you show us respect. You come at our neck, we're going to bring out the scimitars every single time. Take your head off and kick it up and down the street. It's just as simple as that. Simple as that.
Good night. So look, let me real quick, since they want to indulge, let me indulge you real quick. Let me indulge the people real quick. But take it away for a second. I want to pull something up. I'm gonna try to grab something real quick and pull something up real quick. So,
definitely.
So family, give me 1 second. Let Abba take it real quick, and I want to share something with you. Since they want to hear something, I'm gonna give y'all something before the book drop. So it's on you, Abba.
Oh, definitely. When these brothers keep saying, I want to see the record, right? The jail record, meaning the visitors list, as if we can't get that. I want everybody listening to understand this. There was a time that they said we couldn't prove that we came from ancient Canaan, and we showed and proved that. There was a time that they said there's no way the Moors was connected with the Moabites, and y'all not descendants of the Moabites. We showed and proved that. Everything that's within our lessons and in our teachings, we can show and prove. Noble Drew Ali, again, Marcus Garvey in September of 1927 received a missive from one of his UNIA chapters in Detroit. The brother thought that Prophet Noble Drew Ali was trying to use his name to gain followers. He didn't understand that the prophet was bigging Marcus Garvey up. He was memorializing him within these lessons so that we would never forget the greatness of Drew Ali. Garvey responded properly by saying, I don't know this man. I know nothing of the man you speak. The very next month, in October of 1927, Prophet Noble Drew Ali drives down to Chicago. Him and a small group of Moors. They go visit Marcus Garvey. While there, Prophet Noble Drew Ali gets a postcard. I have a picture of the actual postcard, and I could probably get it through my phone. Matter of fact, Rob Bourne and his crew been posting up the actual picture of the postcard because it's preserved up in, I believe that's Springfield, Illinois, with one of the sisters. I believe her name is Warner Bay. She got many archives of the Moorish Science Temple of America. When Noble Drew Ali returned back to Chicago in November of 1927, the Chicago Defender, not the Moorish God newspaper, reported on the prophet's trip, reported on what Marcus Garvey said of the movement. How ignorant and hateful must you be to hear this particular chronology, to see the evidence, and then try to dismiss it, to try to make us look like we're fools or make us look like Prophet Noble Drew Ali is a liar. Like, the The state of our people is so sad. And the people that have this knowledge, that believe that the new black knowledge. So what is new black knowledge? Is new black knowledge a new group that has been put together to slander people? Because that's all this thing is about. They don't care nothing about the information. See, they can't come at us like they come at the Hebrew Israelites. We're difficult because we got scholarship that we can just keep dropping. Like I kept dropping in that link that they started on Facebook. I kept dropping now. There's no rebuttals to any of that stuff. Rob Bone keep making the same exact claim. When we was on 120, and let me know when you're ready, talk. I don't want to make this claim. When we was on 125th Street, and I'm doing battle with the Butter Knife Squad. That's when they was together, him and Garfield. And I always called them the Butter Knife Squad because they was never sharp to me. Never. Now, they are standing there while I'm building. And I'm destroying these dudes. An old man sitting down in a chair. And he's just like, Sonetta, who is that? I ain't all the brothers you had up here, you ain't never had a brother like this one. Who is that? And these dudes are still talking about me because I'm just destroying these guys with the facts. So they're Googling information on the spot. Oh, we got him. Could you imagine the brother Ishmael Bey calls it microwave scholarship. If that wasn't the most blatant example of microwave scholarship I ever. Now, to do it on the internet in the comment section is one thing, but to stand there and Google something and say, we got him, we got him. And the sad part was they didn't understand the extent of a true researcher. And that what they had Googled was already in my book and how I deconstructed it very easily. And that the writers were Jews who were polemics against Islam. You see, so these guys that try to come, that's why I'm on tonight just to talk my talk. We got our scholarship speaks for itself. They can never debunk it. I put all of my stuff in that group. And the only way they can debunk it is by putting pen to paper. Because I ain't make no videos about those particular papers, even though I have videos on that information. Put pen to paper. And they're lazy. They're not going to do that. They're looking for crowds who are anti-Islamic. And being that they're anti-Islamic, they're anti-Moorish. Because that's what Sonetta channel promotes. And this is what they all adhere to. They only know division. They don't know unity. They don't know unification. That's all they know. I don't mean to get on my soapbox, but this is exactly what I came on here tonight to do. I'm going to let Brother Tahaka Bey go in.
Here we go. So, family, I'm going to share with you so y'all can get a sample of what I will be explaining, you know what I mean, what I will be explaining in the forthcoming book. And this is not a drop. I'm going to do it because they asked for it, because NBK asked for it. What about this? What about that? And I'm only going to do it. I'm going to entertain it for now, for a second. You know what I mean? And then we're going to get back to whacking y'all with this truth that you want to run from. You know what I mean? But I'm going to entertain it for 1 second real quick. Now, here we go. Let me screen share this real quick. So, family, what you looking at right now, right? What you're looking at right now. You see that? What you're looking at. Y'all want to see what this is? What you're looking at right now is an inflation calendar, right? From 1916 to 2019. Listen to me, family. Walk with me. Walk with me. And if Khalil keep talking, he about to get up out of here. From 1916 to 2019, it's $39,856. Now, family, when you look at this, I want you to bear in mind that that's what they gave Prophet Noble Drew Ali bail for healing people. In 1916, they gave him almost a $40,000 bail. Now, family, we have brothers taking this information from a European who clearly swung injustice to a brother that looked just like them first and foremost. Let's start with that first. And now they taking everything that the Europeans say to be the truth, to speak against their own people. This is the agenda. I'm getting pumped up. This is the agenda. You take somebody that look like you and you feed them information from one that you can't see in order to demonize, discredit. So when you look at these brothers called MBK that jumped out the window, but you helped me. You jumped out the window because I'm going to go through this article for you. You know what I mean? You jumped out the window and you let a European who wrote this article that even at that time, they gave him a $40,000 bail. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? For healing somebody? Are you kidding me? And that's what you're talking about? And these are the people that's going to validate what you're saying? These are the people that's going to confirm what I'm about to read. That's what you're saying to me. But hey, we already know about this. We already know how this works. You know what I mean? We already know how this works. You see what I'm saying? You ain't saying nothing slick. This is why I want to know what you look like. You want to know why I want to know what you look like? Because anybody that have taken the most racist information that you could find and try to use it against a Moorish American, mothers, children, women, you done lost your mind. And this is the guy that's going to send me the link. Come on the show thinking that they had me for the firing range. But you can't have Tahaka Bay for the firing range because I already know the story. I mean, because I already know the story. Stop crying, Khalil. Matter of fact, let me take a pause for the cause. Because you're going to listen. You're going to listen. You're going to listen or you're going to get up out of here. Let me get Khalil up out of here. He don't want to listen. He just want to talk. He want to run his mouth, cry. Well, you're going to cry outside the house. We're going to put him out the house. You're going to cry up outside the house. I didn't do all that in your chat. So we're going to cry. Get you up out of here. You're going to cry up outside the house. Let me send him outside. You cry out there. You know what I mean? And if you're going to listen to the way that I present mine, or you're going to get up out of here. I listened to you. I listened to you the whole hour and a half. You ain't know I was listening. I just listened. So I'm going to get you up out of here because you don't want to listen. I listened to you. Now it's time for you to listen to me. Get you up out of here. When you're ready to act like you got some sense, you can come on back in our house. When you got some sense. Act like you got some sense. Now, act like you got some sense. I ain't do that in your house. I ain't do that in your house. Now let's get back to what I was talking about. Now these Europeans give Prophet Noble Drew Ali a $40,000 bail for healing somebody. Now I don't care if you like the Moors or not, family. You can't look me in the face and tell me that that's right. You cannot look me in the face and tell me that that's right. But hey, if that's what you want to do, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Now let me get to it. Because let me tell you something, family, you don't know what you was talking about. Number one, you don't know what we believe. You don't know what we have faith in. Number two, so let's talk about it. First of all, family, I'm different from a lot of Moors. Let's be clear. And I'm not knocking any of them Moor that believe what they want to believe. You follow me? But I'm different. See, I know that Prophet Noble Drew Ali name was not Timothy Drew. That might be a bomb. I know that. And I know who named him Timothy Drew. Prophet Noble Drew Ali never called himself Timothy Drew. Never. And I said never. Whenever you see Prophet Noble Drew Ali saying his name, you will always see Drew Ali. Whenever you see the Prophet Noble Drew Ali sign his name, it would always be Drew Ali. I get to the best part. I get to it soon. Stand by. I get to it. But now let's listen real quick. Dr. Thomas Drew. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get real with you. I'm gonna get real with you. I'm gonna get real with you. Give me 1 second. Let me get real with you. Anything you want to add, Albert? Because they got my mind working now.
No, go ahead, Mo. Go in. I'm listening. I'm zoning. I'm enjoying the show. You know, I'm enjoying seeing these dudes getting tied up and punched on. Put the cigarettes out on them now. I'm talking spicy a little bit, so I'm gonna just fall back and let you go.
Let me give it to you real quick. So, family, first of all, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Here is our old health instructions from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This is circa 1916. You want to see what it say? You want to see what it say? See, I'm going to tell you again, the elders hid this from us because they did not know how to explain it. But shout out to the elders for doing the best that they had to work with. But I got plenty more to show you when my book drop. Yeah, it's a book drop. But let's read this real quick. It's a few more pages of this too out here too, all right? The great and mysterious instructions were first known by the natives of Egypt. He's bigging up ancient Kemet. How you going to knock someone who's bigging up ancient Kemet in 1916? In 1916, show me somebody else bigging up ancient Kemet. Show me. The great and mysterious instruction was first known by the natives of Egypt. By the natives, not by this pale Arab that's in there. Talk to him, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Work with me, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Talk through me, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Yeah, get spooky with it, y'all. The great and mysterious instruction was first known by the natives, right? By the natives of Egypt. These instructions were sold in India at the price of 35 rubies, which was equal to 150 in American coin. That's in 1916. Talk to him, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This is the first time that these secrets have been made known in this country. These secrets are made known in the following chapters. We got to get this book, family. We got to get this book, family. And now what the prophet is talking about, let me tell you what he's talking about. He's not saying that the scriptures or the revelation was not here. He's saying that made known. He's making it known. He's breaking it down. He's unfolding it to you. For the first time has it been or could be unfolded to you. And it was unfolded to you by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Talk to him, Prophet. Talk to him. They not ready, Prophet. They not ready. And so, once again, let's talk about it. It said the Egyptian adapt student is finally released by Judge Pilgrim, but bail of 1,700. You know what that means? But on bail of 1,700. You know what that means? That means my prophet was caked up. He got out on 40 racks. You hear what I'm talking about? He got out on 40 racks. In 1916, he jumped. Man, what are you playing with? Man, come on, man. Man, it got me gassed up in here. You know what I mean? He got out on 40 racks. Now let's use common sense, family. Let me calm down for a minute. Let's use common sense. Before I get to the commentary real quick, before I get the reading real quick, let's use common sense, family. Listen to me. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 155. Family, if I'm selling dope, if I'm selling weed, if I'm selling cars, if I'm selling clothes, the only reason people will come back is because they like the dope, they like the weed, they like the cars, or they like the clothes. He got out on 40 racks. He must be healing somebody. Somebody was willing to pay a donation. You think if he was making that type of bread by helping and assisting people and they wasn't being healed, they wouldn't come and murk them? That was 1916. His divine ministry ain't starting until 1925. Talk to him, prophet. Talk to him, prophet. Talk to him, prophet. Yeah, they calling the prophet broke. They don't know the prophet. They don't know the prophet. Many people don't know the prophet. Many more in the temple don't know the prophet. Man, I eat, breathe, and sleep this demonstration. Let's talk to him. Let's talk to him, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. They want to talk to you. They want to talk to you, bro. We're going to let them talk to you real quick. All right, we're going to let them talk to you real quick. Let's let them talk to you real quick, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We're going to let them talk to you. Now let's read. Thomas Drew, advertising as an Egyptian adapt student. Y'all already seen the card. Where he was performing miracles in his mysterious chamber in an attic room at, matter of fact, I don't know the address. Oh, the address is on the other flyer. You can get that in the book. It's at School Street, right? I know it's at School Street. How do I know it's at School Street? Because I got the other flyer. For several weeks. Now listen to what it says, family. Listen to what it says. Where he has been performing miracles. Listen to what it's saying. Where he has been, even the Europe, he said, I'll make the European tell you the truth. Dr. Thomas Drew, advertising as an Egyptian adapt student who has been performing miracles in his mysterious chamber in an attic room in his blank School Street for several weeks. Said most of the morning in a cell in the 4th precinct lockup and wondered how he could affect and escape. Now, how this European is going to wonder what he's wondering? How he going to...
Hey, let me say more. You done dug up a lot of research. I got to give you your props, man. I'm just sitting here taking it in.
Brother, when I read your book on affairs, brother, that was my first battle. I ain't gonna fuck. I don't care what we went through. When I argue with my elders from your research, more. I've been told you that before, didn't I?
Definitely honest, man. Honest.
When I look at Tunica L, when I look at Brother Sharif, brother, we all may clash and we all may have, brother, when I look at the books and the research and the papers that y'all brought up, I was like, good goodness gracious. I gotta step it up. I got to step it up. I mean,
that's the purpose. That we not, like, the prophet wasn't trying to build followers, he was trying to build leaders. So if we trying to follow in the footsteps of the prophet, our job ain't trying to build a bunch of followers, it's trying to build a bunch of leaders so that everybody could learn how to walk together and be on the same page and honor our prophet and honor Allah, particularly by honoring each other. And we go through our growing pains. It is what it is. But we here now.
Exactly. And brother, listen to this condescending European, and they taking on the spirit of the condescending European. Listen to what this say. It says he was healing people for several weeks. Now that confirmation that he was healing people, he sat most of the morning in a cell in the 4th precinct lockup and wondering how in the heck what he's wondering. And wondering how he could affect an escape. Why what he's wondering? And these crazy brothers on NBK is reading this and their audience is in awe. Oh. Of course, listen, this is what the Europeans say. Of course, he has twisted and broken bars. He has broken many bars with his hands and has shattered great locks and has brushed away handcuffs with only a smile and a muscle twitch. But they were his own bars, locks and handcuffs. Family, if the Prophet Noble Drew Ali would have busted out there, they would have shot his brains on the ground. What type of foolishness is we thinking about? What are we thinking about? But this is how that European play. That European play and try to ridicule. This is what they told Jesus. If you the Son of God, then heal yourself. That's what they told Jesus, didn't they? Ain't that what they told him? Same
That's
thing.
right.
We got the same scenario going on. It said the professor was noticeably worried over the bail of 1,700. How could it be worried over the bail of 1,700, but he was released on the same bail in the title that you put up there?
They don't vet their research.
You see how crazy this is?
Microwave scholarship.
Like, how would you even write something like that, but then title that he released by Judge Pilgrim on 1,700? See how stupid this is, man. This would make me say things like, man, this is the most idiotic research that people try to use against the prophet. It actually supports the prophet, which had been fixed by Judge Pilgrim to ensure his appearance before the grand jury when he wanted to answer 2 charges. One for pretending powers of clairvoyance. Pretending? Y'all just said he was performing miracles. And now, why don't he have any accusers? The only ones that accused him was undercover police trying to lock him up. Listen what it says. One is for pretending powers of clairvoyance. The other accuses him of selling medicine without a license. He wasn't selling no medicine. He was selling all teas and compounds, you crazy fools. What's wrong with you? Family. That's what this is all about. Teach you how to obtain health. What is wrong with y'all? And y'all gonna use this? Y'all gonna use this to try to, brother, I'm in my book, I go through this whole demonstration and break it all down. It's information gathered by Detective Schroeder and Brahman of the headquarters showed that the professor had done land office business in medicine and was waging a campaign to obliterate all illness from his neighborhood. How you gonna attack
that?
He said he was waging a campaign to obliterate all illness from his neighborhood. What type of fools are y'all? Y'all want to attack Prophet Noble Drew Ali for trying to heal the whole neighborhood? Come on, man. Gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me, man. I'm gonna stop right there because y'all gonna have to get the book, man.
I'm waiting for that book, man. I'm copying that book as soon as it drops. I want an autographed copy, matter of fact.
We ain't got the beat.
Okay.
You know, anything you want to add, Albert? Anything you want to add, Albert? Oh my God.
Nah, man, I'm just loving it. You know, I'm loving it to get to the point where all of us can just get to the point of defending what this man did for us. Sometimes the attacks are man plans, Allah plans, and Allah is the best of planners. Sometimes with the attacks, you give us a chance to show our mettle, what we're made of, and what we have and what we're about. And it's good that the people get a chance to hear responses and rebuttals to a lot of really was just slander. There's nothing that they're posing that's academic at all. Because in one breath, you'll hear Rob Bourne bigging up Noble Drew Ali. He was a great man. He did this, and yada, yada, yada. Then in the next breath, he's trying to tear the man down. Like, I could go into some of the things I've heard about Father Allah, but I'm not going to do that. Just not going to do it. Not. Got integrity. These dudes don't got no integrity at all.
Indeed.
At all. So I'm just riding shotgun. I'm listening to you, bro.
Let me give them one more. These brothers, right, I want to go over here, family. Listen, I want to give y'all one more, and I'm gonna save it for. I'm gonna save a lot for the book. You know what I'm saying? Because I really want the Moorish Americans to be aware of the greatness of their prophet. You know, the prophet Noble Drew Ali was a prophet true indeed. He was the only born American prophet on this soil that I know of. And a lot of what he demonstrated was hidden. A lot of what he's demonstrated was hidden because, again, you know, if you understand the power within you, Prophet Noble Drew Ali say, imitate I the prophet. And now when you do that, you can do what the prophet did. Let me pull up another thing. I like to pull up, if I can, the brother that many Moors may have seen, but now it'll bring you better clarity to this video that you have seen on the Cook Bays. Everybody seen that video, right?
Oh yeah, that was a powerful video.
Yeah, where the brother, if I can pull it up real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up.
That's what you call firsthand testimony of a man performing what are called miracles in front of the faces of people, and these stories lived on until these man's death. Luckily, those Moors had the wherewithal to record this brother sharing his eyewitness account of what the prophet did. They can't ever front on Noble Drew Ali. None of them. Because none of their guys that they hold up we ever have any testimony of that. And I'm not trying to say this to compare, but because they do compare, I might as well.
Exactly. And so family, this is the one I want y'all to hear real quick. And I'm going to let me screen share. And now this will make more sense. This will make more sense to you. And I'm gonna try to, I couldn't bring it up in my thing, but I'm gonna try to bring it up on YouTube, because now this should make more sense to you as to what the prophet was doing. All right, here we go. This is the Cook Bay brothers that walk with the prophet. It should make more sense to you.
We all feasted, they stood up. I'm the universe prophet too, and so I didn't come to stay right here with y'all.
Hold up. Let's bring another one. I need a louder one. I need a louder Cook Bay video. Let me see if I can get a louder one. I need a louder one. See if I can get a louder one. Because what he says in this is that he watched the prophet heal.
He said, you have a chartered temple.
He say,
this is the first brother. It's G. Cook Bay. No. I think in the green that's giving the account of the healing.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a louder one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think that might just be the sound quality of that particular recording.
Well, then I got married.
Yeah.
That one is
And I lived on the second floor there, and he was on the first floor. And one night there, very short, the prophet came in. There was a sister named Sister Long Bay. She had a hemorrhage. She bleeding from her mouth and her nose. And I worked with her.
Listen, this is a first-hand account of the prophet hitting somebody. Check it out.
That's right.
And his wife, we worked with her. And we couldn't do anything but putting scissors in her hair and put nails and so forth, matches and so forth.
Y'all hear about them nails, right? You want to know about them nails? Let them say it one more time. We're going to teach you what them nails is all about. You know what I mean? Y'all think it's something crazy. We're going to teach you what it's all about. Woo! Hey, Abba, I know that degree, brother.
We couldn't do anything but putting scissors in her hair and put nails and so forth, matches and so forth. He came up, looked, he went on about his business, come back. Then I watched his eyes. He was a man, he just looked at the sister to flutter his eyes. That blood piece to be. And the sister went on into a room, conscious of herself just like we are here today. Then after that, I was that holy prophet, and I come to be a sheep. And I think that
when he seen him heal somebody,
that's right.
He joined.
That's right. That's right. Like, people gotta understand how powerful this particular testimony is, because what he's saying is that this woman had a hemorrhage, which usually means a blood vessel that bust in your brain, and you're having a stroke. Then this man said the prophet came in, looked at her, left out, came back in and just stared at her with what he said was the flat of his eyes, and that sister ceased to be and got up just as conscious of herself as me and you, and went in the other room. Anybody that knows or dealt with somebody that has a stroke know exactly what happens. A portion of their brain shuts down. One side of their body locks up. Their speech is probably slurred for the rest of their life if they don't do enough exercises to correct it. So when he's saying she got up just as conscious of herself as me and you are and went in the other room, as he's giving a testimony that this man was somebody that was powerful and that he was following this man. And this is an eyewitness account. An eyewitness account.
Come on, man. Come on, man. And see, this is why when these brothers ridiculed by making this MBK video talk about exposed, like, what are you exposing? You actually confirming. You actually confirming. And everything that you think you exposed, I am going to speak on and I'm going to build on it, because I'm going to show that Prophet Noble Drew Ali is no different. Is no different than a Moses, no different than a Jesus, no different than a Muhammad. No difference. And the thing is, Marcus Garvey told you that a greater Garvey is in the land.
That's a fact.
That's what he told you. But y'all don't.
That he was just a forerunner calling out in the wilderness. These dudes is playing games, man. They playing games.
So, bro, I'm trying to tell people, man, they don't know what they're dealing with. They don't know what they're dealing with. But guess what? When we tap into the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali more, they don't got no win. The Prophet already told us, brother, that he can do more for us on the other side.
Let me say this. Let me say this real quick. I did a paper called. It's on my other Facebook page. I'm gonna react. I got a bunch of notes on that page as well that I think will help everybody. I know it'll help me because I forgot most of that stuff. And it's called "Do Moorish Americans Worship a Spook/Mystery God?" And what I did, because it was based off of a debate that I had with some 5%ers. And it was like where the prophet says in the 101s, can we see him? No. Where's the nearest place we can meet him? In the heart? So they said that was spookism. This prompted me to write this paper. So I went in and I told them brothers that I was writing this paper. When I wrote that note on Facebook, if it wasn't the very first comment, it was the second comment. One of them 5% brothers came on and said, okay, Lord Abba, I see where you're coming from. Just to let it be known that this is not a spookism degree, that our lessons is right and exact, and that everything that the prophet taught us lines up. Even I did another note matching up the ancient wisdom of Ptahhotep, the 5th dynasty Egyptian vizier, with certain teachings from our Moorish Quran that line up like two rays shining from the same lamp. Like Prophet Noble Drew Ali gave us the truth. And for anybody to attack that for their own personal gain, to try to make themselves a name on Satnetta TV or some other YouTube platform, gotta be some of the most self-hating people that I've ever encountered. And that's why I ain't holding back. I'm calling lames a lame. I done fell back from my sheik title. I'm throwing elbows. Straight like that.
So look, I want to see if I can break this down. If I can get it read to y'all. Like I said, family, I do want to build the Moorish village, and the servant is worthy of his hire. So yeah, I do got a book. I got a few books coming out. They serious. They serious.
Wait, Talk. I remember you used to be like, I don't want to do the scholarship. I ain't getting into the scholarship. I'm gonna let you. And I used to be sitting there like, nah, this dude needs to do the scholarship. Because I seen the energy, I seen where it could go. And I used to sit there, I used to tell Ali Bey, he need to do the scholarship. So I'm glad you writing these books, brother. I really am. I'm glad you digging into this thing and showing these people that the prophet is in fact a prophet.
And I'm gonna tell you something, brother. I don't like to be wrong. So good. I'm gonna cross my T's and dot my I's.
That's right.
On my face. But anyway, listen to what this says. This is a part of one of the articles. It says, hundreds of persons have been advised by the professor. According to the police, and the investigation is still being conducted with hope of obtaining some accurate information recording the as of his is something. I guess, you know what I mean, trying to get regarding the rise of his, let me see if I can shorten it up so I can, his clientele. That's what it is. It say hundreds of persons have been advised by the prophet according to the police. An investigation is still being conducted with the hopes of obtaining some accurate information regarding the rise of his clientele. Now and again, why would he have clientele if he's a fluke? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. How is he going to have clientele if he's a fluke? Like these guys not even thinking. And this is why I needed to know who I was dealing with. They wonder why I went to them pages and I went to look and see who they were. Because they move like agents. That's why.
Fact.
They move like agents. Simple as that. They don't have no religion. They move like agents.
I use the term proxy agents. They're agents that don't know that they're agents.
I look on his page. I don't know if that's him. I don't know who that is, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't see no pictures of family. I don't see no pictures of gathering. I don't see. The only one I did. Then I go to the MBK TV page. There's still no representation of you standing on what you say you're standing on with a representation of yourself. There is no pictures there. There's nothing, you know. And then I go to this page, NBA social group. I'm looking for pictures of you. I'm looking for Truth Storian. I'm looking for David. I don't see nothing. I go to this guy page and I'm just saying, oh my goodness, look at this guy right here. What's going on with this? You know what I mean? Then I go to the NBK page. Again, I'm looking for a Truth Storian. I'm looking for anybody that I can look at. You know what I mean? I'm looking at anybody that I can look at because I want to know who you are. I need to know who you are because then I go to this guy page, I see nothing. I go to here and I see a whole bunch of weird stuff. You know what I mean? Like for real, this is what we doing? This is what we doing? You think I'm gonna battle you and this is what you doing? You know what I mean? Come on, man. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Look, we're not doing this, man. We're not doing this. I'm like, no. And then I go to this guy, and then that Arab that Arab, I forget the name of the scarf that the Arabs wear. That even look different on you now. Now that even looks different. Now I'm wondering what the heck is going on. And you think I'm battling you? Come on, man. I'm not battling you, man. Show your face. You know what I mean? Hit the real stage. I'm looking at this like, now what's really going on? Now that looks different. And even the look on your face, know you look a little bit something. Now, y'all can be mad all you want. You go ahead and make a video about me. Who cares? You know what I mean? Because listen, my problem is this. It wasn't the scholarship, but once I seen, and I thought it was good scholarship until I went back and reviewed it. And I said, man, this is that same old attack. This is that same old agenda. This is that same old nonsense. You see? And then I put the name in Noble Drew Ali Exposed MBK Live, and I see that I could find at least 3 pages where they had spread it out. And let me tell you who does that. Let me tell you who does that. Let me tell you who does that. The same people that gave Prophet Noble Drew Ali a $1,700 bail in 1916. That's who does that. You see, that's who does that. The same people. And so I ain't gonna stay long. It's 11 o'clock. I think I made my point. The show went just like I wanted it to go. We let the ethers carry it. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
Same people.
Just let it flow.
That's right. The same people that gave our prophet a bail for $1,700 and then said he looked worried over the bail after first saying that he was released from the bail. Like normally when you write an article, right, you write the title. Egyptian Adapt student is finally released from Judge Pilgrim, but on bail of $1,700. And then you write the article and say, He looked worried. Like, what? You're not making no sense. You can't say he released, but then in the article say he looked worried. Which one is it? And we talking about how I got out on 40 racks. Now, how about that? Take that. In my puffy voice, take that, take that. Anything you want to say in closing, Lord Albert, I'm done.
You know what I always wanted to do, man? I always wanted to go back and break down.
I'm sorry,
Albert. It's all good. It's all good. I always wanted to go back and break down them Sarah Suit and SETI videos, them very first, because the things I did on SETI was based on his debate with Arlene. But the initial videos, false teachings of the Moorish Science Temple of America, all that stuff is just hype and bluster, and it's just weak. I think, sometime in the near future we should revisit that and dig up that old body.
Hey, brother, let me tell you something. To be honest, I got the video. I got it broken down in sections about the things that I am going to address on it. I'm telling you, when I seen SETI and what's the brother the traveling Moor, he called himself now.
Oh, Arlene, babe.
Arlene. SETI and they were sitting on the couch.
The more formerly known as Moorish Brooklyn Intelligence?
No. It was Moorish Brooklyn Intelligence.
Oh, Sabir.
And when I seen that, I said to myself, now at that point, I was just sitting back. I was in the temple. I wonder why we wasn't in the streets making something happen. That's where I was at. But when I seen that was one of the changing points of my life, because they couldn't answer nothing. Not Brooklyn Moorish Intelligence, but Sabir. They couldn't answer nothing. Said he was throwing at him, and I was like, "Whoa,
yeah,
stuff." That's
Sabir ain't been nothing but a temple hater himself. So he wasn't really in it to defend Noble Drew Ali, just like Arlene Bey wasn't in it to defend Noble Drew Ali, and said that he wasn't there to defend Noble Drew Ali because he said, and excuse me, family, you can't ride a dead man's DICK. Yeah. That's exactly what Arlene did. So you shouldn't have never took that debate. You embarrassed her. I would have rather nobody took the debate.
Hey, look. So look. What I want to do is, truth storian, I want to debate you on the topic that you put out. You put a topic out and said that the Moors of today, of the Moorish Science Temple of America, don't study Islam as they studied in North Africa, as the Moors did in North Africa. The difference is, fella, we don't dress like the Moors in North Africa of that day, but the science hasn't changed.
The lessons are universal.
And I can show
they're universal.
Bro, when I start to bring out bringing out those dark Asiatic Moors that was Muslim, that was dealing with the esoteric teachings, it's recorded. It's recorded.
Oh, I got a jewel for you. When we get off, I'm going to send you a jewel about these Europeans that went to West Africa and came upon this group of Moors and how these Moors demonstrated for these Europeans. I got a jewel for you when we get off.
Look,
yeah.
We got everybody worked up now. We got them all worked up now. So let me see if I got anything else I need to talk about. You know what I mean? Before we get out of here. Let me see. Let me make sure. I got to check everybody out real quick. I got to check out Daryl Austin. I got to check out Injeti. Let me make sure ain't nobody said I'm crazy. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I got to make sure. So look, another thing I want to point out to the brothers and sisters out here, that these Europeans, see, it's one thing that we got to fight these Europeans that's disrespecting our Prophet Noble Drew Ali, but it's a whole nother thing when we got to fight our own people instead of to us and try to get some understanding. And I thought David was cool when I was talking to him, but I think I disarmed him because I was familiar with what he was talking with, and that's the only reason that he was cool. You know what I'm saying? I disarmed him. You know what I mean? Because I was familiar with what he was talking with. He didn't, bro, I told him 3 times, man, I don't subscribe to that Timothy Drew degree. He said, but you can't, but so you gonna prove that Timothy, that his name was Timothy Drew? I said, brother, I don't think you hear me. You ain't hearing nothing I said. I don't subscribe to that.
That's what they do.
So you gonna prove that his name was Timothy Drew, not Thomas Drew? I said, brother, calm down. I don't think you hear me. Bro, it was like I was talking to myself. Like I totally disarmed them and they didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know what to do. But family, there is another thing that's going on right now, and I was trying to find it real quick, where it's a European out here that has written a book. I wish I could find it real quick so I can share it with everybody. I think my brother Hakeem or somebody put it on Facebook, and we're gonna get him too. Remember, you seen it too today, didn't you, Abba?
Well, which one?
The European putting out a book and talking about the
Yeah. And I want to direct people to the paper that I did on academia.edu called was Noble Drew Ali's Allah's Last Prophet in the West. How the scholars and leaders got it wrong, part 1, where I take that type of information and I break it down and prove that these people just did very, very poor scholarship on Noble Drew Ali. And real quick, one of the authors of the book, I actually sent him the article via email. I got his whatever his college email was, and he actually responded back to me and put "thank you" 3 exclamation marks, because being a true academic, it was like, man, I'm glad you cleared this up for me, because basically this is all I had and I wrote what I had. So we definitely got to extend this scholarship. So I look forward to your works, brother.
Indeed. And so I want to share this before I go, family. You know, we don't need to be defending the prophet against our own people. We shouldn't have to. You know, we shouldn't have to defend our way of life. This is you know what this remind me of? This remind me, because we were comparing, it was a debate, but we were comparing the Moorish movement with black nationalism, right? We were comparing the Moorish movement with black nationalism. But how did it get to the point that you tried to slander, demonize, criticize, and basically make Prophet Noble Drew Ali something that he wasn't? Trying to make him a wizard and all these old fancy little words. How did it get to that point? You know what I'm saying?
What the brother from ISUPK said? He was nothing but a damn witch. That's what Noble Drew Ali.
So how did it get to that point? You know what I'm saying? But the point of the matter is, we should not have to fight our brothers, because the European is on the way. He's on the way. He know that it's our time, and so now he has a book. How the circuses, dance halls, and Midway and the Gilded Age provided cultural ferment for freedom that led to the creation of the Black Muslim movement in America. The Princes and the Prophet tells the story of Timothy Drew, who renamed himself Noble Drew Ali and found the predecessor of the Nation of Islam. The Moorish Science Temple, Timothy Drew, Dorman has been the first to discover, who was originally called Walter Brister, and the story of his origins in the South. Years first as a child, cornet player, and later Midway performer, the books revealed the hidden connection between Harry Houdini, Pawnee Bill, Hindu magician, sexual revolutionaries. This man is mixing up a gumbo of stuff. This man is nutty as 13 fruitcakes. Jacob.
Yeah, cool.
Talk about Hoodoo, Harry Houdini, Pawnee Bill, Hindu magician, sexual revolutionaries, all in the same breath with Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
But guess what? Guess what's going to happen when that drop? Rob Bourne and them going to take it, and they're going to be on their channel saying, see what this man wrote about Noble Drew Ali. And Noble Drew Ali was a sex magician, and like, they vet the information. They don't care. As long as somebody's slandering somebody and we can remain separated and divided, But then that's all that matters to them, and they don't even realize that they're doing the Europeans' work for them. They don't realize it.
Hey,
I
brother,
kind of feel sorry for them.
brother, the crazy thing about it is, is that as I was listening to Truth Storian, his name is David, I was like, man, this brother really didn't hit some nice points. You know what I'm saying? And because I've a little bit within our group, the Moorish Science Temple of America, Noble Temples, I've, taught a little bit on this. And I'm listening, I'm like, man, this brother got a little bit scholarship. But then when I went back and looked at it, I went back and listened to it again while I was working, right? And I'm saying to myself, hold up, man, this guy is throwing poisonous darts. This brother ain't doing no scholarship. This brother went to dig up something to injure. He went to dig up something to injure.
Yep.
The difference between the Moorish American and other groups. Moorish Americans, we should not do anything maliciously. And if we do, we should make a speedy reparation. But in that same breath, we should defend this with our very life. That's the teaching of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We should defend this with our very life.
That's right.
And I don't know about anybody else, but I rep this. I live this 24/7. Matter of fact, I'm yelling now. I got a 6 month baby, he almost 6 months, trying to sleep, and I'm trying to get this message to you. Sister woman probably gonna bust me inside my head in a few minutes. You know what I mean? But anything you want to say in closing, brother?
I do want to say this, right? I want to point out the hypocrisy of somebody like a Garfield, even though we know they broke up like a boy band, the Butter Knife Squad, but the hypocrisy that we never heard Garfield go in on the 5% lessons, but we hear Garfield going in, and why doesn't he go in? If his job is to go at all pseudo information, then Garfield must feel that everything that's in the 5% lessons, which come from the Nation of Islam, is 100%, as they say, all wise, right, and exact. The hypocrisy of these people is stunning to me. And it exposes them for what they are. And I'm going to call them proxy agents. They're agents that don't know that they're agents. They are blind men leading other blind men right off of a cliff. And that's my closing argument. I want to say peace. I love you all. And
hold on. Don't go to Albert. I told you. I want to do it. Albert. I want to do it. I got to do one more thing. Family,
no doubt.
We have the calls again. They're in. And they're coming in rapidly. If you can see the screen, let me direct your teaching attention to this. Our job is done. Can you see that? Are you able to see the screen share?
That's crazy.
You see that?
That's crazy.
This is what we up against. This is the uncivilized right here.
That's crazy.
These
are the people, like these are the people that are going at us. We are striving. Muslim means one of peace. We are striving to be at peace, not only with ourselves, but with our surroundings. This is a part of the lessons of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And these people come and attack us. And then when we hit back and our punches hurt a little bit harder than they expected, they want to make, this is the text messages you get. Pitiful. Poor representation of righteousness. You're supposed to be righteous, God. God body. New black knowledge. This is new black knowledge? Come on, man. People are, man, listen. I'm trying not to get on my soapbox.
Hey, let me say this before I go. So, family, listen. New black knowledge, y'all my peoples, man. But listen, the moment that you antagonize, criticize, and demonize Prophet Noble Drew Ali, then first of all, I want to know who you are so I can face you face to face. Secondly, I would like you to challenge me with what you think you know on the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And thirdly, I will never cuss you out. I will never call you out your name. And if I do in haste, I will apologize. It ain't nothing but YouTube. I'm about out of here.
Hey, what Jay-Z said, this is rap, homie. I ain't got a scratch on me.
They mad now. They mad now. All this love. Hold up, I got a call coming in. Peace and love, family.
Peace and love, brother.
I'm live on Moorish World TV. I gotta answer the phone for my brother Divine L because I feel as though he got something to contribute to the conversation before we close out. Divine L, the floor is yours, brother.
Hey man, I just want to send a shout out to Moorish World TV, brother Taharka Noble Temples, the brother Lord Abba, you know, and all the Moors, man, here, there, and everywhere. But as far as like the concept or the ideology of the new black knowledge, you know, they were so heavy on concepts. So what are you talking about new black knowledge if the ideology is there's nothing new under the sun, that the black man, quote unquote, is the original man that originated everything that ever was, is, and ever more to be. So how is there a new black ideology? Unless you coming out of the black ideology, because that would be something that's new, but then the prophet already did that. So you must be talking about Nubian, like NU and not NEW. So I just, you know, wanted to throw that thought out there.
You gotta give him something. You gotta help him out.
I mean, we just talking about the basic logic. Like, listen to the morality behind what they're saying. You see what I'm saying? I don't think people really hear themselves. Don't the Quran talk about, you know, that the people don't even realize that people seek to hear them not. Like, they just run in their mouth.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know, at one time, like, you know, like Ataj Tariq and a lot of other people that have came behind him, at first they had free reign to talk. But now they don't have that no more. They don't have that no more.
Because we was under that impression by the elders that, you know, this is a movement, Allah alone, God's destiny, this movement, you know, let them, we gonna work, we gonna do our work, let them talk, you know, let them stay in their ignorance, you know what I'm saying, that Allah reveal. But see, that has to die out because us, you know, quote unquote new Moors. But I want to give shout outs to the brother Sharif. You know what I mean? The brother Ali Bey, the brother Way Ill, like you, me, you know what I mean? Even your brother Jonathan Davis, you know what I'm saying? We got to start. If we don't say anything, we have not tapped into the internet and the electrified age that the prophet, you know what I'm saying, was talk about. That also can be applied to this internet. There is if we're missionaries, you know what I mean, to the highways and the byways, the internet is a information highway. So why would we abandon a place that we know is a venue full of people that's looking for new information?
Exactly.
Like, you don't have to travel like you did before. You do need to travel to see face to face and press the hand of the flesh, but you can really get your start. So the scammers have really found that that's a demographic, that there's millions of people that use the internet every day looking for information. And if they can get to you first and razzle dazzle you, then they can talk you in a different direction than the prophet intended the Moorish Demonize national movement to go. And that's the problem that we're having right now.
Right.
So,
well, the shift has actually happened. Let me thank my assistant, the assistant Grand Sheikh and national representative of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Noble Temples, for his $7 donation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's $7, Brother Akhenaten and Salam Bey. But I want to say, family, we want y'all who do disagree with the Moorish National Divine Movement and do disagree with the prophet, we implore y'all to keep attacking, because right now we got Abba here, we got Brother Divine here, and we got all faithful Moors watching in the background, and you are helping us to come together and put our differences aside.
You can't stop
and defend our prophet.
Facts.
Abba. I said, what you think about that? The more that they attack, they are basically creating an avenue where Moors are coming together to defend our prophet, regardless of ideology.
That's right. That's right, and that's the way it should be. That no matter what we got going on, eventually those things will work itself out. But I just gotta say, I used to be out there going hard. I had to battle Moors. I had to battle Moors in the temple, the Taj Tariq Bey Moors, the Afrocentric RBG, Onk, and the Amin Ross squad. I was battling everybody. I was like, where my Moors at? But I'm glad we're at this point now to whereas we could, converge and come together for the defense of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And some of the information that you have brought out tonight, I mean, is amazing and is good for those that do not know, that are listening in just for the drama show, to one, hear our integrity, and two, hear this information about this great man that many really don't know too much about, other than what slanderers like MBK are saying about it. So honest to you all.
Yeah, brother. And in closing, the sad thing about it is they're reading it from the enemy's perspective. They're reading it from the enemy's perspective. They're not reading it from a brother's perspective. Like, it's like if we was in Africa, right, on the plains of Africa, and we was traveling, and we came to a village where they painted their faces red, and that was their culture. Would it be right to start to attack them, or would it make sense to ask what actually does that represent? And then we go to another village and they paint themselves with white chalk. Do we attack them, or do we ask them what does that represent? We see the medicine man. We see them put the mask on and they doing the dance and they trying to heal somebody that just been bit by a rattlesnake and they dancing. Do we ridicule? Do we laugh at them, or do we try to pay attention to see exactly what's happening?
Right.
In today's world, we ridicule, we disrespect, and we wonder why that we stuck in the Stone Age like the caveman as it relates to a nation of people.
And Brother Tarka, if I may, interject, that's because those that's claiming to be these scientific people, they fail to realize that that's what science is asking the question, why? Because through question and answers, you get everything that you want to know. So it's not saying that it's a germ in a petri dish under a microscope. What it's saying is, why? Why do you think that black, according to science, means that? Which science? Medical science, black plague, black death, gangrene, you know what I mean? It's asking why, so it sends the reader on a search. You see what I'm saying? It gives you the answer, but can you show and prove? So I don't know why the gods got a problem with that. You see what I'm saying? But it's a lot of gods and earths that have converted to, the Moorish divine and national movement, or have taken that as a right. And there's a lot of plus degrees, and I know a lot of guys don't, agree with plus degrees, but a lot of you guys, man, see a law, a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? They take and they try to trace back, because who brought Islam first to America, and where that 7 came in first, and who the first that call us Asiatics. So you cannot claim that you're a god or an earth and try to come at the Moors, because we taught Allah and man first.
Fact.
That's right. That's right.
I'm a god. It's divine Asiatic. Bro, they know. So that's what I'm saying. But yeah, man, continue to bring the slander, bring the hate. Bring all your stones, your best stones. Bring your glass houses. Bring your swords. Swing them how you want to. Cause we gonna show and prove for real.
Hey, bro. Hey, look, check this out. As I get out here, I want to play one of my favorite songs that I wrote, because I was like, man, when you look at our movement, right, and everybody now has a corner that they back into and try to defend whatever they believe in. They back in that corner and then they come out fighting, And so I wrote this song, man. Basically, where was y'all at when the prophet was on his own? The prophet was doing it on his own. Yes. He went against all. He went against all odds.
35th estate.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna play this on the way out the door for the family, man. I love it. Peace and love, family. I see y'all on Sunday.
Peace and love.
I look forward to many more diatribes, many more throwing these scimitars at them heads.
That's right. Boomerang scimitars. I'm throwing. Straight up.
So MBK, they can go on, make all the videos they want. They can research me. They can research you. But we got scimitars here.
Scimitar.
Yeah, that's what we got. We got these. You know what I mean? And this is how we roll. Now, I don't know what y'all have. I looked at y'all pictures. I'm sure. I know we have. With that, I'm gonna go like this, family. Huh? No, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's the one. That means ahead of Master Quran. There we go. And Elijah Muhammad. There we go. Let's go. Hey, Albert. That's the Lee Kulu Shabazz.
That's right. That's right.
Where was y'all in 1913? This is way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had fraud. We was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Where was y'all when he was on the murder quick? Going hard on 35th State.
Yeah.
When he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue, fans on his head. Hey, where was y'all when the enemies tried to kill him? When they said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Where y'all at now? Are you with me? Are you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey! Now what you gonna do about it? Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he knew about it. I'm the third and fourth generation. So I ain't worried about all the hate and all the crazy misinformation need to stop. Cause on the real, I'm thinking you were part of the plot to keep them on top and leave us at the bottom. With the mouth you call a prophet in the heart, you forgot him. Hey, you ain't fighting this war right. Bags under eyes, haven't slept in 4 nights, reading all the books and studying the laws. When the prophet was a perfect example for us all. He left his feet clearly cut on the south side. 30,000 more than 49, ready to ride. No community. And I'm going with the prophet on that. What you gonna do with me? Where was y'all at in 1913? This is way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had fraud. We was in the grave, the land of the north. Where was y'all when he was on the milk crate? Going hard. Abba, where was they at, Abba? Where was they?
There was no. They were still in the they were still in the testicles, man, about to be born after the prophet was on the scene and was a fully grown man. Excuse my graphic depiction, but it is what it is.
What you say? Break that science down though. What 35th and State on the milk crate? Break that down for the ones that don't know, man.
So family. When I'm talking about 35th and Straight, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali stood in between 34th Street and 35th Street, and there's a parking lot right in between there that the Prophet stood on. When the Prophet was first appeared into Chicago, this is where he went. He went into a vacant parking lot. In other words, there was a lot of street preachers in that area of the south side of Chicago. And so what he did was he went into a vacant parking lot. And with this flaming red fez, and the story goes that people would come out and listen to him. And once they come out and listen to him, he would invite them back to home office. It was really a home office. It was the real deal home office. It was in his home. So that's what I'm talking about, 35th and State. So let's rock out with that. When he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue, feds on his head. Hey, where was y'all when the enemies tried to kill him? When they said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Where y'all at now? Are you with me or are you down? It's time to check this out. Check it out. Hey, but show me what you producing. The enemy loving a weed head talking stupid. Up in the court, getting beat up in the hallway. The king crown is on the ground. It's gonna be a long day. Make me want to cry, I can't deny it. To see my people so misguided. Why in the world we so divided? All we gotta do is use what the prophet provided. Always trying to take a shortcut. Repeat weird stuff like we on a short bus. The world is watching. Our people wait for us to stand up and build this Moorish nation. Hey, where was y'all at in 1913? This was way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had fraud. We was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Hey, where was y'all when it was trying to real great? Going hard on 35th State. Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue? Feds on his head. Hey. Hey. Come on, man.
If I didn't think there was a more.
Yes, sir.
I understand, bro.
Well, for sure, in 1913, this is where we both Martin had a dream. So peace and love, family. I'm about peace and love, Divine L. Peace and love, Lord Albert.
Peace.
Yes, sir.